We need another part from the backyard. It's the little cowl vent. This is my 58. That's a real piece of shit. I put it together as a short bed fleet side big window, but it's a real pile. I'd like to do a really nice build on that, so I might need to start off with a whole nother truck. The thing about these Chevys is some of these old ones use these hourglass screws, and what I found is you can trim down a Torx bit to make your little tool to fit in there. And we most definitely will not be using those screws. This one's clean. I got a few others here, but you know, some are dented. I got one that was chromed, which doesn't help me out because the chrome has gone to shit on it now, and I wouldn't want one chromed anyways. So our little vent here. Let's open up our hood. Those hood hinges we grabbed are now on, and when I went to put them on, I found out that this cab is 58 or 59. The only difference in the two cabs was the mounting locations of the hinges, and you can just change that. I just drilled a hole through and put a bolt in for now, but I'll probably weld the nut in later. The 55 to 57 also used a smaller bolt than the 58, 59, and I'd like to change these out to some bigger bolts, but that's just whatevers. There we are. Butamus. This is our little piece we pulled off yesterday. And of course our ashtray and glove box. Today I pulled off the two heater lines that came up over here. They're nice, but I just couldn't get them to do what I wanted. I would have to go over the exhaust, and I didn't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pass this down and go under here to over to the bulkhead that we're going to have. So I'm waiting on some different lines and fittings for that. So we got a visor from Tucker's, which is a kind of local thing to Vegas, Utah. It was only 160 bucks, which I think is a deal. You know, it is an aftermarket part, but these aren't the easiest things to find. If you find an original, hooray for you. But Jared's gonna help me set this thing up and get a few of these screws started, and then I'll finish it up. Here's the screws they gave us. I guess they're okay. I wear a baseball cap. So we lined up those two spots, and you can see it droops in the middle, and it's actually a little far out on the ends. But that's why we're going to kind of just, as we go along, tailor it. And, you know, if it needs to be cut and welded, that's just kind of the name of the game. Hot, sharp stuff. Hot, sharp stuff. This side's fitting okay. There is a spot there that I'd like to cut this, bring that in, and then re-weld the edge there. It meets the edge all right, but this one's not. I think I'm gonna have to relief cut it in here a couple of times and kind of get it to wrap that edge a little bit better, because that's not working. Seems to be almost okay where the screw is, but I think right about where that screw is where it's gonna have to change. Alright, we're gonna try this a little different. We're gonna try to screw the two center ones in first and then pull down the sides. So we're getting there. I kind of drew a white line on here so I know where I want that ridge, and I might be able to work it a little easier with it off. If we would have screwed it on in the middle here, in the beginning it might have been a little bit easier. Well, it would have been. Now, while it's screwed in, I want to get those spot welds welded back down so it stays in the position that we put it in. It looks like we moved the spot welds a little bit, so it was helpful to drill those out. But now we're looking pretty good. Well, we got our visor looking okay. It'll need some work, but what doesn't, right?
Black and dead, black and blue. The black and down, the black and blue. American, never nation. Black and dead, black and blue.